recording. Hey guys, I'm here with my favorite girl, Miss Jada. Detangling, conditioning, all this hair. So she likes wearing her hair usually up in a ponytail, much like this. And then she likes leaving this top part, this natural part, out. So if you mothers, if you have girls that do that, over the course of the week, this hair gets really dry and frizzy and all those things. So I'm going to be teaching you how to keep those curls looking juicy by moisturizing and hydrating your little teen's hair. Okay? Or your little girl that likes to still wear the little puff balls or the ponytails you might put in her hair and twist it, and you just want that hair not to look frizzy. Because see, once I wash and condition the hair, you can see that it starts to break down. And a lot of times what happens is we just don't, first of all, find the right product. And then second of all, we don't use enough product on the hair. Okay? So yes, the hair can go from looking very frizzy, where the curl is not really defined, to looking very smooth, where the curl then does become defined. Okay, but it takes a lot of product to do that. And I'll be showing you shortly how much product I actually used. Now, what I am using, because sometimes you need to use multiple products, more than one product on the hair. Sometimes you need to get your moisture and your condition, your moisture and your hydration in the hair. And then you might need something that help you with the curl. Okay, like a curl defining cream or something like that. So you have to have a detangler on hand. So a conditioner with a detangler is awesome. And while the conditioner is in the hair, this is a leave-in. Okay, and I'm using the Intense Hydration leave-in milk. All right, I love this stuff for my baby girl that has all this hair. And then I'm also using, this was a sample packet. One of my clients went to the Essence show in New Orleans, and so she had bought me back all these samples. But actually I like this. Cream of Nature has a new pure honey line. So this is the twisting cream. It's their moisture whip, and so I actually like it. And so I'm using it along with this. Okay, and then I'm detangling her hair. So I've already put this same amount that I'm about to put into my hand right now. I've already put that into her hair. So if anybody from Shea Moisture, from the Shea Moisture line is watching me, please get this in a gallon size, because I need that. Look at all this hair, okay? And so I'm using this much, and this is my second. Okay, this is my second. All right. Just because our curls, you put a lot of product on there, and it accepts a lot. It's very thirsty. Our curly natural hair is very thirsty. And so the summertime is coming, so you have to really be able to hydrate those curls. Okay, so I love it that you can leave it in there, and then I just go through the ends and already start letting it work for me. Because once again, my daughter's hair, this is a whole lot of probably like medium fine hair. Like her strands, her hair is actually pretty good. If you looked at the loose pattern of her curl, But then when you look at the density of her hair, she has a lot. But actually when you're breaking it down section by section, it actually will loosen up really nice. And then I detangle it. Okay, I'm just using a wide tooth comb, starting from these ends. Sometimes you got to get your Denman brush. Okay, just those ends. It's not good to go through this whole head and just brushing it while it's wet, just simply because you can accidentally cause that hair to break, and you don't want to do that because hair is at its most fragile state when it's wet. But you see how those little curls, you know, just pop right in. Okay. Then I'm using it too because it was still a little bit of like natural hair collects lint, it collects dust from the atmosphere, right? You go to wash your child's hair and it's like, what all do you have in your hair? Leaves from the trees, just whatever. Natural hair and a little girl's puff will collect all kind of things from the environment. Okay, so I'm starting from that bottom and then I'm just working my way up. And you can see how that milk has really allowed me to break her hair down into these sections, because if we didn't have that leave-in conditioner on her hair, we would not be able to do this. Okay, but it puts a nice silky coating on the hair that allows me to comb through it and manage it. But she has very nice curls. Okay. And so I'm gonna just do a real quick example of how we'll finish this style. So I'm going through moisturizing, hydrating, and detangling. And then to finish up her style. Now, one of the things I tried with her hair, because you know, your kids that has the natural curly hair, they'll say, hey mom, I want my hair straight. You know, teenage years, they want to try a flat iron, especially if they're a newly teen. You know, my child, she'll be a new teen, so you know, she want to see her hair flat ironed and or blow dried and things like that. And I've done that before, but I found that her hair doesn't like the heat. And so it seemed like she had a season of growth stagnation, because her hair grows really good. But when I started blow drying it out, I started with just blow drying it out, doing a soft flat iron on it. I noticed we didn't get as much growth with her hair as we usually would if I just left it nice and curly, but just moisturized and conditioned like I'm doing now. So you will find that natural hair just really likes that moisture, the condition. And then what I did, I'm just using some shea butter, just some raw shea butter. Let me get the lid for you. Just some raw shea butter. And what I did, I just whipped some up. I just put some vitamin E inside of there. Just to put a little bit of protection on her scalp. Summer is coming. I like shea butter too because it's a natural sunscreen for the scalp. Because I'm all about feeding our roots, starting with our scalp. Because people forget about our scalp. We concentrate and focus on the hair. And then we forget that if the scalp is the living thing. The hair, when it comes out, it's dead, right? It's dead. it's, you know, keratin that's came out, but the hair is not living. The scalp is living. So we have to feed our scalp and we have to protect it. So now that summertime is coming, you have to really make sure that you protect your scalp. And one of the ways that you can do that is simply using some shea butter. And I just put a little bit of vitamin E in there. You can add whatever. You can add some olive oil in there. If you want it to smell good, you can put some lavender. That's very calming. You can even put some tea tree if your baby girl is experiencing maybe dry skin or scalp or dandruff. You can put a little tea tree oil inside of your shea butter mix. Okay. But so here's what we're working with, and I'll just give her this protective style. For one, I can control the hair because this is so much hair. So when I break it down into smaller sections, her hair doesn't gravitate to itself and then want to you know, become more tangled. So if I separate it, as I'm detangling it, then it stays nice and detangled for me. That's a little tip, because some of you probably go through the whole process detangling the hair, and then when you've gotten it all detangled, you're like, oh my gosh, it's still like not detangled, you know? It didn't look like you did much. But with our curly hair, it's good to section while we detangle, and then to, you know, braid it, twist it, to keep it all separate, so it'll stay nice and detangled for you. So you can see that I'm, you know, making sure that I'm conditioning the scalp, not just the hair. Curly hair needs oil. It needs oil, it needs moisture, it needs hydration. So, and it starts with, you know, starts from your shampoos and your conditioners. You know, you could start reading labels, you know, just sticking with one particular line. And then just kind of go from there. If you're the type of person that gets into a store and it's like, okay, it's too many choices, I don't know what to get. You know, look in the you know, in the product line for curly hair, you know, for African American hair. And then just start there. You know, rather if it's Shea Moisture, rather if it's Miss Jessie's, rather if it's Cantu. It's a lot of products, because finally we have some awesome manufacturers that's representing for black hair now, so we can get some really nice products for our hair. And it might seem to be expensive, but it's worth paying for. It's worth paying for. But shea butter is an inexpensive hair treatment. You can use it as a, you know, your hair styling cream. You can just use it daily. You know, to help keep this hair moisturized, where these where your curls don't dry out. All right, because that's the whole thing. We don't want We don't want the curls to dry out. And I don't know if you can really kind of see this, but I'm gonna move it up a little bit. My daughter's probably like, Mom, I had it sitting up. And so now I can't see. I like to see y'all. There you go. And I like for you guys to see what I'm doing. Sorry. I don't know. I'll get better with this the more and more I do it. But for now, I just want you to be able to see what these curls look like, you know. So all of this hair, once I've detangled it and moisturized it, that's what you can get, you know, your curls to fall down like that. And you don't have to do no super small sections. It doesn't have to be all fancy. The whole goal is just to make sure that you're able to detangle, detangle this hair, because you can already see that it wants to gravitate to each other. And it takes a little bit of time to get there. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. We have a section of hair. Once again, if I was not using this honey by Shea Moisture, it's called the Intensive Hydration Leave-In Milk, Manuka honey, and Mafura oil. Once again, if I did not put this into my daughter's hair after I shampooed and conditioned it, and this is actually the second condition. The first one I conditioned it and left it in there with the Manuka honey, just the regular conditioner, not the leave-in, just so I can start breaking down the hair. And then after I left that